Good morning to you. Happy Sunday. It is August the 17th. So I do have the sewing tutorial for you. Simplicity 9136. So as I'm getting ready to eat my breakfast here, got me some biscuit with jelly, got eggs. I gave half of it to my daughter, and I got some cheese grits, and I have coffee with some nice whipped cream on top. So my breakfast, you can go ahead and gather your supplies, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to sewing. And for those that are new to the channel, hello and welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And for my returning subscribers, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you made this and how did it turn out. Okay, I'm gonna leave my email address too in the description box, so you can email me a picture if you like to, because I would love to see how your garment turned out. Okay, I'm gonna eat my breakfast and then we'll be right back. Okay, happy Sunday everyone. So this video is for Simplicity 9136. We're gonna go ahead and do the sew along for this. It doesn't matter which view you cut out, they're pretty much the same. Only difference would be the sleeves. However, I did this version right here, these sleeves, the sleeve length for these right here. And so go ahead, you need cut your fabric. Your fabric should be already cut out. Your markings, put all of your markings on your fabric, all of your notches. Make sure that you have a ruler. You're going to need a marking pen. I'm not using my serger today, so I'm going to use my pinking shears. Oh, let me change that. I might use my serger for the finishing part of it, around the waist, but I believe for everything else I'm going to use some pinking shears for, because if those that may not have a serger, you can still use pinking shears and it's going to work out just fine. I have some clips and pins, so you need pretty much both or just your pins, but I'm going to use both of them. So the first thing we're going to do is put the darts in the bodice. So let's get started with that. Hold on. Okay, so here's the bodice piece, the front bodice piece. I have it open out and I have my tissue paper on top of it, and that's how I'm going to do my markings for the for the bust darts and everything. So I have mine at an 18 because that's how I put the tissue paper up to my bust, and that's where at 18 it hits me right at the 18. So I'm going to mark this circle here for 18. So I'm going to get my tablecloth, but that's fine. Mark the one here for 18 and mark the other here for the 18. Then my fabric has brown spots in it, so it might be a little darker. Make sure you're using a pen or marking that you can easily see. So we have that marking. We have the dots at each place. I'm going to put a little bit more there, a little bit more here, a little bit more there. Now come over here and flip the paper, and I'm going to do it to this side, the same thing. So I'm going to have a dot here, a dot here, and a bust dart there. So I'm going to look to make sure that I can see all of my dots, and I can. You may not, but I can. All of my dots are there. And what I'm going to do next is, hold on for a second. Okay, so next thing that we're going to do is get our ruler and our pen again, and we're going to connect the dots basically. So we're going to start at the bust dot and work our way down here. We're just going to put a line from here to there, just like that. And then we're going to move it over here, and we're going to put a line there from dot to dot, right there. So it should look like that. And we're going to come over here, we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to move it over here to do the same thing. All right, so can you see those lines? Yes, you can see them. So I have lines here, lines here. Now, I'm going to draw for you, I'm going to show you this. You want to draw a middle line that's going to go down from the center part of this all the way down. And then this way, this would give you your middle, because it will help you. I normally don't do this, but it will help you. It will help you for when you have to fold this part to create your bust. And this is awful. So let me go back over here. This would be the middle part right here. So from here to here, a line from there to there. And then we're going to crease the fabric on that line using some pins. You're gonna crease this fabric, ignore that line. You're gonna crease the fabric on this line right here that we did from dot to this peaky part that sticks out of your fabric right there. We're gonna put some pins right there. And we're gonna fold it, basically pinch it here and pinch this part there like that. And you can put pins there for those that want to use the pins. You just simply put some pins here across that line that you made. So she'll look something like this. And when you look on both sides, if you do this, both of your markings from this side to that side should line up. If it don't line up, then go do some readjusting because they need to line up. What I like to do is iron this. So like iron this part. So just hold on for a second. So what I like to do is iron mine instead of pinning. But if you're very new at darts, just make sure you pin too. So we're going to iron it right where we pinched that crease out at, from the bust all the way down. And here's your line, and that would give you your dot, your dart right there. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So remember, if you want to pin it, you can pin it, but I really don't like pin it. I just like to iron it out. So we're going to pinch here to where that bust dot is at, to right here where we drew that center line, like that. And then we're going to iron it out, and then that will give us our line. See? Then you have a line right here where it could guide you. So when you go ahead and sew it together, you can sew right on this line on both sides. So you're going to sew from here all the way down here. Did you see that? You're going to sew from here all the way down here. Or actually, you're going to do it on this side because it needs to run off. So from here to here, this is where you're going to sew. So let's take this over to the sewing machine. Okay, so I have my thread and everything's ready for me. For my fabric, I'm just using some white thread because I didn't have brown. So you want to start at the edge of your fabric right here, and then we're going to run it off right here. So I'm going to try to go a little slow for you so you can see. And I'm just using a 2.5 stitch length, but do whatever your sewing book tells you to do for your sewing machine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I have it on button. I was sewing some buttons earlier. So we're gonna go ahead and start it. Back stitching right here is really not necessary for the simple reason you're gonna sew this onto your bodice anyway. So let's just sew. And we're sewing right on that line that we drew earlier, those two lines. And you're gonna sew all the way down. Follow that line. And then when you get to here, there's going to be a running off of it, okay? And you want that. You want it to run off of your fabric, just like that. And then we're going to lift this up. We're going to cut it with the machine, maybe, maybe not, but like that. And then your dart should look like this, basically. Not something like this. It should look like this. Because we creased it, we pinned it. We creased it, you have your lines, and it should look something like that, okay? So it's okay if it's off a little bit, you'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's not gonna make a big difference. So mine's just off a little bit, but I think it's because that line in the middle for this side that I think I drew two lines. So and we're gonna do the other side just like it. So we're gonna come over here, and we already have it folded and everything, and we're gonna follow the line. Okay, my thread came out, so just hold on. It's time for me to get a new sewing machine, so because I have run out of a little patience with this one. This machine takes up too much thread in my opinion, but it's a good machine. I just don't like the way it does it thread. So let me go back. I'm gonna back stitch here because I didn't stitch all the way. Don't you back stitch, you don't need to. But just follow that line. And And this is the one that I had messed up on, so I'm going over just a little bit so I can line up with that other line as you see underneath. So that's why I'm keeping it in mind. And again, you want this to run off of your fabric, just like that. Like I said, if you don't get it perfect, it's fine. I don't think I ever got a perfect bust dart anyway, but because none of them are like right there where they're supposed to be at. So this is where we at with it. We have it right here. Your inside should look something like that, because when you get ready to iron it, you're gonna iron your bust darts down. Then what you want to do is tie off your ends right there. I cut the other one too short, but you need to tie this off, because if not, it's going to come unloose. So right now, I'm just getting ready to tie it off. I need a pen actually. Where is mine? So, Kanithia made it too short. This video is not going as planned. You know what? So being that I had cut that off, be another second. I'm glad I'm making these mistakes and then you get to see it. I was supposed to cut that too short because you're supposed to tie it off. But if you do cut it too short like I did, just add some fray check right here. This stuff. Add some of that right here to it, and it will hold it. And that's what we're gonna do with it today, because it's not going as planned, but we're gonna work with the alternatives. So if you did it the correct way, then you don't have to worry about putting that fray check up there. And I did not do it the correct way, so I'm gonna put some fray check right here to keep it from coming loose. And I'm just cut this down as so. And it should look something like this. Yours will probably have ties up there if you did not mess it up. Like I did, cut it too short, but if not, it looks something like this. So here's your darts right here. That's the dart. I have fray check right there just so it won't come untied, and have some right there. So that's an alternative. So if you messed up like me, you can use that. And I have forgot to tie some of my darts off before, so I have never had a problem with them coming loose. I know some people said it, but if you iron over it, it won't come loose, so it should be fine. Anyway, that front bodice part is completed. We'll cut these strings off right here. And yeah, so that part is completed. What I am going to do is go ahead and attach the front sleeve to the front bodice. So just hold on for a sec. Okay, I'm back. So I've totally forgot that we're doing the version without the zipper to it. So what I'm going to do is take my two back pieces that are together. I'm going to take these and I'm going to sew the back piece. Sew the back piece up, but I'm not going to sew all the way up, because remember, we're leaving an opening around the neck part. So we're going to sew all the way up until about 4 inches. I would say leave a 4-inch opening in the back of it. So you want to mark your 4 inches. Let me get my tape measure. We want to mark 4 inches up the back. So we're gonna go here all the way down to right here. We give me 4 inches, and this is so that we can get it over our head. Okay, so I'm going to do a clip because I don't have my pins over here. So I'm going to put a clip right here on it to let me know, hey, not to go past that part right there. So let me bring this down. This, like I said, this is the back bodice piece. Remember, we're not doing the zipper with ours, and it doesn't have an option out there on the paper saying that you can do it without a zipper, but this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, so we're going to stitch the bottom. Stitch from the bottom all the way up to the top, and I'm going to use a smaller seam allowance. Now, we're supposed to be using a 5/8 of an inch, but remember, we're not using a zipper, okay? So we want to make this dress a pull on and pull off dress, so we're going to use a smaller seam allowance, and you need enough so you can use your pinking shears or your serger to finish it off. So I'm going to do mine's right at the edge of my presser foot, basically. So I'm just going like this. It's not too small, not too big. It's just going to be enough, just cutting down on some of that. And I'm gonna just sew all the way up until I get to my clip that I put in for 4 inches. And I do remember what it was at. I'm just taking it out because my fabric was Cricut. So, and then we're gonna back stitch there. And this is gonna be that's our 4-inch opening right there. I took mine, don't take yours out until you get there. I took mine out because my fabric was slipping. But anyway, here it is. You have your 4-inch opening right here, and we're gonna use that 4-inch opening. So what you wanna do, you wanna take this to the iron, and you're gonna iron out your seam allowance. I do highly recommend that you go ahead and use your pinking shears and then go ahead and iron it out that way. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to attach our front to the back of the bodice. So I'm going to show you what this looked like, because you may be using a serger and I'm not using a serger today. So hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so you can see that I pinking sheared this all the way down. So we have this, I done press it and everything. And what I'm going to work on now is the opening part for our neck part. And remember, this is going to be bias bound. So what I'm going to do is take this part that's open, and we're going to fold this over twice. You just want to do like a narrow hem on it, basically. So you want to fold this over twice. You're going to iron that. Remember, this is real thin. Just really thin. And you see that? See how thin that is? And you can put a pin there if you need to. I'm just going to stick one right here in it. And then we're going to go over here and do the same thing to the other side. It's going to be like a narrow hem. We're going to fold it once and fold it twice. And then that's going to give us a nice finish on the inside. Sometimes it needs a little steam, and I'm going to make sure both sides are nice and finished and even. Okay, so then, because we're going to stitch this right here, but put a pin in it for now. Okay, so that is your back bodice. Okay, this is neatly and nicely finished on the inside. You see this? Nice finish on the inside. So we're going to stitch that down in a second. But yeah, this is how it's going to look. Just like that. Nice finish. Then my lines and stuff don't match up, and that's fine because, I mean, it is the back bodice piece. So it's okay. But let's take it back over to the sewing machine. Okay, so we're back over here to the sewing machine, and we want to stitch this down. And I'm going to stitch it where I can see the line, the crease right there in between this part of my sewing machine, okay? And I'm going to go slow because you need the back stitch here. But go slow. And we're going to sew it all the way down. I'm going to lift my presser foot to get the other part under. We're going to sew it all the way down. And I'm going to pivot right here because I want to get this going on the other side. And pivot again. Just without me having to take my needle out and everything. And then I'm continue sewing all the way up Let me take this pin out. All the way up the other side. Now your edge is going to be bias bound, so you don't have to worry about this looking too raw or anything. All right, and then it is stitched all the way down. So you have it stitched down. Hope y'all can see that. See, it is stitched down nice and neat on both sides. Okay, so we have that finish right here. We have that finishing on the back. Just moving some of these threads. So your back opening is done. It is completed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attach the frame to the back at the sides. So this is our back piece right here. We know that now because we have that seam in that opening. This is our back piece. And we have our front piece right here because we have those darts. So I'm not gonna mess with this part up here. We're gonna mess with the side of it. So it's gonna be like this. So you have your side of your back piece, your front piece. You're gonna put it together like so. I'm gonna use some pins for mine, not pins, some clips for mine. So I'm gonna put a clip here. I like to put one at the notch here so I know where I'm at. I'm all off camera, so sorry. But basically you're just matching up your notches and everything now. Put one here. And then we're gonna do another one right here. And want to make sure you catch this part, which is your dart. So we want to put them there. So we have that right sides together. Just in case I did not catch that on camera, we are going to take our back bodice and our front bodice and pin it together. Start here at the bottom. And we're going to match our notches up. Here go a notch right there. So that's going to be, and we're going to do one for the top part, and then we'll go back to the center. So here's the top part. And our center right here where the dart is at. So we have all of that pinned up, and then we're gonna sew that down, and then we're gonna work on the sleeves. I hope that you all caught that and everything. You have both sides right there. So let's go and prepare ourselves to sew that. Okay, so we're getting ready to sew our side seams up. Now I'm still sewing at a smaller seam allowance, not the 5/8. I'm going just under that, so I'm lining it up with the edge of my presser foot because I want to be able to slip this on and off, which is why we did a smaller seam allowance in the back, and so then we're gonna do a smaller seam allowance around the sides, so you can slip this on and off. So stitch a little, then back stitch. That's very important on this part right here, and then we're just gonna stitch all the way down. Now, with this part right here that's sticking out, that is part of your dart. Don't line your edge of your presser foot up with that part right there, because that's going to be cut off. And back stitch at the end. Okay, and then we're going to work on the other side of this. So here we are again. I'm lining up the edge of my presser foot, and I'm telling you, I really hate this machine. It's really starting to get on my nerves. I don't like it when you use all that thread like that. It just sucks it back up for no reason. Like you have so much thread out. My birthday is coming up in October. That's the gift that I want for my birthday, is a new sewing machine, because I'm advanced now and I need something that's not like this. Okay, let's get through this. And I forgot about my nails. My nails are jacked up, y'all. Because I was in the classroom trying to set up some stuff and open some packages, and my nails are toe up. So I have to get a manicure. So please excuse me. Okay, so now we have that done. We're going to go and we're going to pink and shear this all the way down. So we have our finished edges. Now, if you're using a serger, you can use a serger. I'm not pulling it out for this right here. I will pull it out for, I believe, the waist part, but we will see anyway, because I like the look of it after you wash it. It looks kind of cute if it's pink and sheer. So we're going to clip this, and then we're going to go ahead and do our, what do you call those things? Our sleeves. So hold on. Okay, so we're going to just sew our sleeves on. You want to mark one of your sleeve patterns. I chose to mark the front sleeve with a little purple dot right here, so I know that this is the front sleeve and here's the back sleeve. So what you're going to do is take one front sleeve, right side, doesn't matter with this type of fabric, right side, and you're going to put it to the back sleeve. So this will be the back sleeve. And my fabric is double-sided, so both sides look exactly alike, so it really doesn't matter. And we're gonna pin these sides. I believe it's these sides, right? We're gonna pin these sides together. So this is your front, is your back. It does get pinned as well as this little piece right here. So let's get that done. So why this side don't have, did I put notches? Yeah, I did put notches, but it don't show on this one. So we're gonna put these together right here. You can pin them, or you can clip them like I'm doing. So we're just gonna put these guys together. Like I said, make sure you're doing lines and stripes and things like that. Make sure they are evenly. I'm not worried about this one. I wasn't worried about the other one. It's still wearable. I'm just gonna do it like this. And then you also going, because this is the underneath side right here, this right here has to be pinned. This is the underarm part. So this is gonna be pinned right here. Put 2 pins over here. So what's gonna be sewn is that and this, and that's gonna give you your sleeve right there. And this is the bottom of your sleeve. Hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so we have that, and then we're gonna do this one the same way. We're gonna put these 2 pieces together on the curved sides to go together, because you have notches. So here's your notch here, notch there. Now I like to do the ends first, and then the notches, and then just work my way with everything else. So all of that is now pinned together right there. Then we're gonna pin this, and then we're going to sew both parts down. So yeah, you're gonna sew this all the way around. You're gonna sew this all the way down. You're gonna do it for both pieces. And put this pattern up so I can get it out of the way. Actually, let me put this right here. And let me move you over here so you can see exactly what I am doing. So hold on. Okay, so we're going to sew the side of our sleeves up. I'm going to sew at the 5/8 seam allowance mark for my sleeves. I don't need to do any adjustment to that. And you want to back stitch at the beginning and the end of it. And yeah, let's get ready to sew it. So that's that. And I forgot to tell you that the pattern does tell you, no matter frame, but the pattern does tell you to stay stitch this part of your sleeve. I didn't do it because I mean, I don't need to do it with this fabric because there's really no stretch with it. So we're just gonna sew. If you have a fabric that has no stretch, don't worry about stay stitching. But if you have one that is stretchy, your knit fabric or anything, if you're sewing with the knit, because you can use knit for this pattern, then make sure you are using your stay stitch. So that's one sleeve. Then we'll go ahead and do the other one. And then we're going to press it, pink and shear it. That's how I'm finishing my edges. And you can serge yours if you are serging. Okay, and then we're gonna do this last underarm part right here. Make sure I got enough thread in my bobbin. I'm gonna line this back up because it's not all the way aligned. 5/8 of an inch. Let's come down on this. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish our edges right here with our pink and shears, and then we're gonna press it out and everything, and then we're going to attach it to our bodice piece. And I might hem it first. I might hem this first and then attach it to our bottom piece. I think that'll be a little bit easier. This is the part that you're gonna hem right here, and this part would be, I'm going to fold it under twice for mine. You would finish your edge, or I'm going to fold mine under twice, but you can finish this and fold it under once and then sew it. But I'm gonna fold it under twice for mine because I did realize that the sleeve on the other one was it wasn't too long, but being that I'm probably gonna wear a cardigan over this, when I do wear it, I can fold it under twice if I do like a little narrow hem. So the choice is yours. Look, the patterns give you, let me turn you around. The patterns tell you what to do on for the instructions, right? But it's just suggestions. You can tweak the pattern any way you want to. You don't have to follow it all the way through. There are tweakings that you make with the pattern. They're just suggestions. It's not like you have to follow it directly. I never follow a pattern directly. I never did. My hair is puffy and curly. It looks nice though. But I never follow a pattern directly as it's written. I always try to tweak everything that I do. I like my hem the way I like it. I like this, you know, I like the way I finish it and all the other stuff. So you can tweak it whichever way you like. You don't have to follow it to the exact thing, okay? So I just want you to keep that in mind, because anytime I do a tutorial, you will never see me follow it the exact way, especially with the next pattern that I have coming up, McCall 7950. You're going to see me do little things different. So just keep that in mind. Your first time, you may want to go through it. If you are a beginner, like if you're a beginner, but like don't know anything, then you might not want to just tweak it. You might just want to go with the directions. But this one is the simple pattern. It's easy. Just tweak it the way you like it, okay? So I'm going to take you over here. I'm going to pink and shear this, and I'm going to iron it, and then we're going to attach it to our bodice, okay? So just hold on. Okay, so we are getting ready to pink and shear this all the way around this side right here, and then we're going to do underneath where we stitched it right there. So, and you just simply, hope you can see the lighting is not that good right here, but you just simply cut on the seam allowance. And then we're going to do the other part of the sleeve. And like I said, I finish a lot of my garments like this. I don't always use my serger, because I always think about, you know, what if the power go out or something happen where we can't use our serger, and I think like that. But anyway, so I have it done right here, and then we're going to press it. steam going some. And then we're gonna press this part right here. You can open this up, but being that it's already pink and sheared, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's still gonna press out the same way and look really good. I'm just pull the seams just a little, and we're gonna iron. Okay, so there we go. Then I'm just iron the sleeve in itself, so to make sure everything looks good. I don't have to worry about doing it afterwards. Okay, so we'll do the exact same thing to this one. Can y'all see good? I need to bring it down. I know the lighting gonna get messed up if I, yeah. So I'm gonna bring you back up because the lighting will mess up if I bring you to. Yeah. See, I brighten up the camera. Did you see that? But anyway, we're gonna pink and shear this part, and we're gonna go back and do this one. Then we're gonna iron this one. Like my iron is sticky, or it's the fabric. Can't tell which one it is, but I think it is the fabric that's sticking. I don't know why it sticks like that. And I did not pre-wash this one, I ain't gonna lie. I just brought it home from the fabric shop, and it is what it is. But it's some hard fabric, like. Let me try this again on this side. See if I get a better result. It's like so dry. Okay, that looks better. I'm gonna press the seam one way. Steam to it, and just look at it from this side. Okay, it looks good. Okay, so now we're going to attach this to our front and back bodice pieces. So to move this out the way, like I said, this video is unedited because I want you to see the real process of everything that goes into it. Because some people don't like to put all the information in, but I feel like you need to. So here we are. This is our bodice. Here's our front piece right here where we're looking at it. And there's our back piece on the other side. So we know that we marked our back piece of the bodice. I mean of the sleeve. We marked those. What was the back piece? I think it was the back. I hope it was the back. Anyway. Go by your markers and your notches. I can't remember now. So this side right here has a single notch. So we know we need to match this. No, this side right here has a double notch. So we know we need to match the double notch to the double notch side of the bodice. This back side of the bodice have the double notch. So we know that this is the back side of the fabric, which I was right. I marked the back side of my sleeve. So we're gonna match those together. Hope you can see. You cannot see. We're gonna match those together right here, our notches, and then we're gonna keep pinning it all the way around or clipping it, whichever one that you're using. One thing that I did notice, that if you cut it right, everything should match up perfectly. So, and you want to put as many as you're comfortable with. So this is how it is right here. So you're just matching up everything at this point. Your seam, your underarm seam should match your seam on your bodice also. So make sure your seams are matching as best as you can. If you mess it up some, it's going to be fine. Nobody's going to see that. But and I'm still just matching my notches all the way around. see here's the notch right here for the front sleeve. Have front sleeve and front bodice notches, so you're gonna match those up. And it's gonna look something like this when you have everything that's gonna be pinned or clipped together. And then we're gonna work on our other side. So let's pull our other side up, which is this side right here. I'm trying to get in the way so that y'all can see. If I put it over here, can y'all see like that? That you can see better. But it's a straightforward thing, just match up your seams. So we're gonna match this, there's a whole chair right here and I'm standing up. So we're gonna match this seams right here, under arm seams right here. And I want to make sure they're matched up well. We're gonna take our notches, a single or double, a single notch right here. And hold up. Did I put that the right way? That look like a double notch. This look like, oh, no, it's not. That's a single, that's a double. This is double, okay. I gotta hold up now, but I done messed up. Okay, so we're gonna put, this is the back sleeve right here. So we're gonna pin all that. Here go our double notches coming up. We're gonna clip that right here. Our double notch to our bodice as well as to our double notch to our sleeve. You're gonna clip right there. Use as many pins and clips as you need. But this is a really simple sleeve. I like this sleeve better than a regular one. So yeah. Do I have any more clips over here? No. But anyway, this single sleeve would be right there. Do I have more clips over here? Nope, I don't. But anyway, everything is matched up like that, except for that little part right there. And then we're gonna take this over to our sewing machine and we're gonna sew this, and then I'll let you see the results of that. So hold on again. Okay, so we got everything pinned up, and I'm going to show you now. If I can bring the camera down a little bit more. Hope it don't get too dark. Everything is pinned or clipped or whatever you got it. My stuff is clipped. And then we're just gonna sew all the way around the sleeve part. So let's get that done. No matter which side you work on first. Okay, so we're doing it 5/8 of an inch. Do want to line this back up. Remember, you're working with a curve here too, so if you're new at working with curves, I highly recommend that you use some pins instead of clips. And this is sewn in at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm assuming everybody pattern with the same size has that seam allowance. Every once in a while you can stop your machine or slow it down if you have a foot pedal. I don't have a foot pedal. And just adjust to make sure everything is lined up correctly. There's no puckers to it, no folding, or any of those things. So that side is completed. We're gonna work on that side. As y'all can see, I've been struggling trying to make this video, not gonna lie. And I think it's more just because I wasn't feeling it. And I don't know if it got something to do that I had a long week last week, trying to prepare everything for my classroom for the kids to come back. Or it's because I don't really like this fabric. Yeah, I like the fabric, but I don't like the color. I mean, I like the color. I think it's the texture, or it could be the color throwing me off. Maybe because I'm not sure how this brown will look, but anyway. So I know it's not the best tutorial. I know it's not, but I did promise you guys one, so. And yeah, so here we are. And so I want to line my sleeve up correctly, make sure everything is lined up. Maybe I feel different once I try it on and accessorize it for you. So you'll see that shorts today because I want to try it on, accessorize for you, and if I like it, then I wear it. It's right now, I'm not sure. Just to be honest with you, I'm not sure about it. But I promise you the next tutorial will be better because it's actually a fabric that I want to use. So anyway, let's get her done because we'll know. Could change my mind about it, how I feel about it when I'm done. There. Okay, we're done with that part. Yay! No. Okay. So let's clip that, clip that, clip that. Clip these strings off right quick. And then we're going to pink and shear all of this at seam allowance. And then we're going to work on the hem of the sleeve and doing the neck. Man, the neckline. Okay, so let's take a look at it right quick before we turn it out the right way. So this is the sleeve. You have your top of the sleeve, your bottom of the sleeve. This is inside out. Here is your lines, everything. And here's the other side, same way. So yeah, everything is everything. And here is it right here. That's I love the bodice part of this. But anyway, we'll go ahead and pink and shear all of this. And then once we're done with that, we'll come back and we'll fold this under twice, thinly, narrowly, and then we're gonna sew it down. You can do yours any way you want to. You do not have to follow the pattern instructions for that. But that's the way that I'm going to do it because I'm pretty sure we want sweaters with this or cardigans or something of that nature. So let's take you over to the sewing, what do you call it, station? The ironing station over there to my kitchen table. So hold on. Okay, so we're going to pink and shear this. Make sure we don't cut into our fabric or anything like that. And this is how I did the other one, and it's still holding up great. Washed it, it looks really good. No strings or anything, so. Make sure you don't cut over your seam allowance. Okay, so that side is done. Let's do our other side really quickly. I think another reason why I'm off because the youngest daughter is here. I mean, it's still summer, but now they don't go back till another week or two. And woof, honey, every 5 minutes like she want a hug. That's my attention, little girl. So anyway, we're gonna make it through the video. She's peeping out her room now, eavesdropping. My other daughter, she's at work, so she don't bother me though. If she come home, she gonna talk a lot. Okay, so we have that done. Then we're gonna press it. You want to press every time you do a seam. That is so important. Let's turn it around the right way now. We're going to press our seams. I really, there's nothing up there. I don't know why. This fabric is like it, but it is. If you have a hem, that would be good. I don't have one. I'm talking about the pressing hem. I don't have one anymore. I need one. I haven't been able to find like a good one. So I might have to end up making one. Press this out right here. Okay, that's pressed good. Then we're gonna press this side too. I don't know. This fabric is not my favorite choice. Now I got this from my local fabric shop too, and I do buy fabric there, but I don't know where they got this from. This is a lot different from the fabric they normally have in here. It's almost like it needs some water added to it or something. Okay, so that's pressed out. We're gonna press our darts out one more time. Not press them out, but press them one more time. And then press down, by the way, just in case I didn't tell you. You probably still see that purple line there, right there. But it's cool. So let's press this out to press it down a minute. Yeah. So that's done. Let me get this crease out the middle. Okay, so let's work on our sleeve. Our sleeve is going to be folded under twice. So let's press this down. And this is my sleeve. Your sleeve don't have to be like this, but this is the way I'm going to do mine. So I'm going to narrowly fold it under twice, like that. And you can always put bias binding tape on it too. I forgot to tell you that. You could freestyle this any way you want to. Okay? Just be mindful of that. I'm just narrowly turning it over twice and pressing. Turn it over twice, press, and keep going. And you can clip this if you like. If you want to press it, if you want to turn it over once and then press it, you can do that. I'm going to do it this way because this fabric is kind of thin. So, most important, you just want to make sure everything is evenly. you can clip too. Put some clips or pins in it. Which I'll probably grab some real quick after I get that last press, so it can stay like that. Okay, so we're gonna give it that final press, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So let's get some clips. Okay, so here's my folded under all the way around. And we're gonna put some clips in, so encourage the fabric to stay where it's been placed at until we sew it down. Okay, and we're gonna do the other side just like it. So hold on. Okay, I had to get the body eat, so I had to stop and pause so I can make sure I'm showing you in real time how much time it takes to sew this. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing this side. Turn and fold. And then we're gonna press. You can measure this out if you need to. I typically do not do that. Okay, we're almost there, I think. Okay, my mind's gonna act a little weird. Okay, come on, get in there. Okay, so we got that part, and we're gonna keep going around. How many times we got? We got one more time. Okay, we're almost there. We are almost there. Hemming is my least favorite. I don't know why it takes me forever to hem something. Maybe because the thrill is gone. Just putting together the garment, piecing it together actually. Okay, so we're gonna do that final press of this. And then we're gonna clip it so encourage it to stay in place. Okay. So we're gonna put a clip here. I'm gonna put a clip here, put a clip here, and another here. Okay, and then we're gonna stitch that up. We're gonna stitch this up, yeah. And we don't have to do anything to the bottom, except I need to stitch it back up right here. I don't know what happened, but we don't need to do anything to the bottom part of it. And then we're gonna work on the neckline. So let me take you over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and stitch that. Take this part, and we're gonna start at the bottom. And then work our way around. side. See, I have it stitched up. I do have to press it back out. It's stitched up nicely. Oh, gosh, come on. Okay, so let's do the other side. Quick look. Oh, I'm gonna need some more thread. Yeah. So let's do this side. I think I got enough for this side. I hope so. So, what in the world? Okay, so let's get that done. I think I need some chocolate. Yeah, that might make me feel better. So, let's see. Let's get this done quickly. Something's happening down there. I don't know what it is, but you're not about to eat up my fabric. Nope, 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 nope. No, no. No way, Jose. Not about to eat up my fabric. I don't know what's going on with you. Okay, yeah. We'll thread up another one in a second. It's a little bit up here. We done wasted enough thread. So let's do this, and then I change it. Sometimes I have to talk to my sewing machine because sometimes he act like he tired. Might need a companion, somebody that can take over every once in a while now. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna stitch over that one. Let's go back over a little bit. Right there. Forward, backwards, and then we're gonna keep sewing it. Do 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 Okay. Oh man. I don't know what's wrong with Kanikia, but I almost cut through my darn fabric. Yeah, it's time for me to go find a piece of chocolate or something. Do 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 do. This is what you call being persistent. Trying to finish this, even though I don't feel like it, even though I don't want to. I need to finish this. Do 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 do. Put that right there. Do that. Okay. Now we're gonna work on the bias binding for the neck. So I'm gonna use a white one because I don't have brown. That's all. That's the only reason why. Because I don't have brown, but I know I have one open. I did not take that out. Here's it right here. Now, the thing with this, you can use double or you can use single. It's up to you. It really doesn't matter. I had some lace. I probably could have added. You know, thought about it. I was thinking about it. But anyway. Let's see what we're doing. So we have this single fold bias tape. Just go off. Do 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 do. I am going to do without doing all the extra stuff. Okay, so we are going to measure out about 7 to 8 inches, depending on how long you want it. I'm gonna do 8 inches. We're gonna measure about 8 inches of the end part for our bias tape. So measure about 8 inches. So it's gonna go on the outside. So right here. You're gonna sew it around the outside. You're gonna turn it to the inside and we're gonna stitch it again. So it's gonna go right here on the outside. And you're gonna go all the way around it. You can go ahead and measure and cut it to your length. I'm not gonna worry about that. I don't think that's necessary. What are you doing? So I'm not gonna do that. So we're just gonna have our 8 inches right here. And this is that. And the way you're gonna do it is you're gonna open up one end of your bias binding tape. Doesn't matter if it's the largest end or the smallest end, because this is definitely not centered. So we're gonna open this out, keeping our 8 inches. We're gonna open it out, and we're gonna put it right together with the edge of our fabric right here. So you open it out, so you know it's folded. Then you open one end of it out, and you put it right there to the edge of your fabric. You're still keeping that 8 inches. I'm doing 8 inches. You might be doing 6 or 7. I want to do 8. And then we're going to put our needle. We're going to bring our needle down and put it right there in the crease. Make sure it's in the crease of the folded edge of the bias binding tape. So there's a crease part that you just open this up. Remember, you just open it up. So that crease part right here, you want your needle to go down in that between the bias binding tape and the fabric. And that is what you want to sew. Forward stitch, back stitch. And we're gonna keep going all the way around. Okay, let me slow this down because you know you're supposed to speed around curves like that. So anyway, let's do this. That's too slow. So let's go around there in the crease and just sew all the way around. Stop to adjust when necessary. Don't just keep going. Pivot, turn when you need to, but stay in that crease. Stay in the crease. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. This is the front part, so I'm going to work right here very nicely. Do, 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 do. Do you like to sing and can't sing? If so, you're in the right place. I don't know how to sing, but I do. I do what I do, especially when it's so But yeah. So if you stand this, you get a real treat. Okay, we're almost there. We are almost there. I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never ever leave his side. With him I will abide. I love Jesus, and he loved me. I will follow him. All right, you're done. Wherever he may go, I will never ever leave his side. With him I will abide. I love Jesus, and he loved me. I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never ever leave his side. With him I will abide. I love Jesus. And what you're going to do now, I'm just going to check. Make sure you ain't skip nothing. Make sure there's no puckers or anything like that. Check, 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 check all the way around. Last thing you want to do is get to the end part and you don't figure out you messed up, so then you gotta go back over. So this is some poor bias tape. This has a lot of like sections that they piece together. I hate that. But anyway, it's gonna go on the inside. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna press this. Once you press it, you're gonna fold it over. And we'll fold it over together, but I'm going to press it and then we'll come back and fold this over together. So just hold on. Okay, so I pressed that. And what we're gonna do is grab us some clips or pins, doesn't matter which one. You're gonna take this, and you're gonna fold it over to the inside. I like to work from the outside so I can make sure I'm not looking at my bias binding tape. So I already pressed it. It's nice and warm where it can fold over pretty easily. And we're gonna keep folding over like this. Like I said, we want to be like this. We're not looking at the bias tape. And you can use whatever color. You can get funky with it if you want to. Use whatever color. I could have used brown. I don't think I've seen it in brown. That's probably why I didn't use it or get it when I went to Hobby Lobby. I need to do a big order of sewing supplies, so especially for the fall, with all those plans that I have coming up. So now there's two ways that you can stitch this down. You can stitch it down from the outside, or you can stitch it down from the inside. Doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. And a clip right there. It's totally up to you how you want to stitch it. I'm going to stitch it from the outside. And I need to make sure I have enough. I don't have enough thread out here. So, do I have any spare white thread on the spool? And I do. I have this tiny bit right here. But it's going to get the neck part done. So, I'm going to drop. What in the world is it doing? I'm going to drop this in there. And then we'll wind up another bobbin right when we finish this, so we can work on the skirt part. let's get this. And the way you're gonna do it is you're gonna line it up like so. So you want to get the edge of that right there. You're gonna line it up to the edge of your bias binding tape. If you're doing it from the outside, you can do it from the inside too. But yeah, let's do this. I have this lined up with a little underneath my presser foot, so I'm going to keep with that. And then we're going to go all the way around. This can be pretty tedious. Take your time. Make sure you stay at the same seam allowance. Not 5/8 of an inch, but I say seam allowance, or whatever allowance that you're using to stitch your neck line down. And remember, you're gonna have to pivot around curves. You can't just keep sewing straight around, you gotta pivot. So pivot around curves, okay? Just turn with the fabric. Whichever way the fabric turns, you turn right with it. Most important, you just want your outside to look nice, because that's what people are gonna see. They're gonna see your outside, they're not gonna see the inside of your garment. I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never ever lose. Oh, yes I did. I lost the thread on the other side. We're gonna keep going around. I will never ever leave this side. I'm going to show you to the part that I missed. Now, I'm going to debate if I'm going back. But I know I missed it because I didn't hear the thump, 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 thump of this round of that part too. So look, everything else is neat, 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 neat. But this little part right here did not get caught. I'm going to hand stitch that right there, somewhere down the end. Because it's like it went underneath. Yeah, so I'm gonna hand stitch that down, put a clip here to a pin to remind me, hey, you need to hand stitch this down so I can catch it. So when I go to wash it, it won't be all funky. But that's it to this part. Then we're gonna work on the skirt. And so mine was just like this in the videos that you've seen it. Now, this is the only part. I mean, you could make your own bias binding tape, and I highly recommend that. I just don't do it. But, because when you tie this, you're going to see this side right here. Now, you could very well pitch this together and sew it down like so, and it'll give you some skinny ties, right? I may or may not do that. We will see. I'm going to have to make up my mind about that. I might do that to this one. It's not going to be bad looking. You just pinch that and... But we'll see. But I just left the other ones like this and didn't come loose or anything, just because I don't want any other closures to it. Okay, so that's done neatly. Besides that part at least. I'm hand stitched that down. So, like I said, today's an off day with me, but I'm persistent in it. I'm persistent. So now I'm going to get me some more thread in my bobbin, and I see you on the flip side. So be with you in a sec. Okay, so we're to the next stage of the pattern. Our bodice is done. Now we have to do our skirt, which is super easy. So what you want to do is take, this is the side of the skirt that's going to have the pockets to it. It's having notches already on that side of the skirt as well as on the pockets. You want to put right sides together, pockets. So we're going to put a pocket here and line it up. And we're going to clip it. Yeah. So this basically the top to bottom right here. So that's one side, and then we need this side right here. So I'm going to pan it over to the right side together. Like I said, you're gonna have to follow yours with this one because mine's are alike. Like there's no really right side or wrong side to it. And there's more clips. Okay, so another one here. That's going, so these are our two back pieces. And we're going to sew those together, by the way, too, since we don't have a zipper. And then here is our front piece right here. Pockets right sides together. Like I said, with this, it doesn't matter with mine, with yours, it probably will. Okay, then we're going to take it to the sewing machine, and you're going to sew at 3/8 of an inch. So you're going to stitch it down 3/8 of an inch on the sides where the pockets are at. Okay, so let's take it back over there and get that done. I know it's a whole lot of back and forth, but this is the only place I can get to see you, where you can see like everything. But yeah. This is the real process of me sewing, so just hold on for a sec. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stitch our pockets down 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and yeah, forward and backward stitch. I had already started. I'm speed this up. It's too slow for me right now. It's getting late in the evening. That one's stitched on. We're going to this side and stitch this on, as we can continue with all of them the same manner. Okay. Enjoy my humming or singing, whichever one I decide to do. I'm trying to do that to keep me from getting frustrated. Because, yeah. Do, 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 do. do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never, ever leave his side. With him, I love Jesus, and he loved me. I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never, ever leave his side. With him, I will abide. I love Jesus, and he loved me. I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never, ever leave his side. With him, I will. Okay, so we have our pockets up here. It's sewn up here. And we're going to press it. We're going to press it. We're going to trim our seam allowance with our pinking shears again. And then, yeah, we're going to do that. Press. Use our pinking shears. And then sew our front to back pieces together. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Sew our back pieces together. Because like I said, I'm not doing a zipper, so I really technically could have sewn that up. I could have cut it out into one piece. But anyway, so this is the front piece. Let's put that there. Here's my back piece. Let's do this. So this is the right side of it. Here's the other right side of the back piece. And we're going to sew those two pieces together, right sides together. Because we're not using a zipper, we're just going to go ahead and sew it up. So we don't have to worry about that later. Let's get that done. And we're going to do it 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Make sure everything's lined up nice and neat. And we also I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never, ever leave his side. With him, I will abide. I love Jesus, and he loves me. I will follow him wherever he may go. I will never, ever leave his side. With him, that's me. Okay, so that's our back piece right there. And oh, everything matched up nice and neat. Okay, so anywho, we're gonna go trim our seam allowance. We're gonna press, change out the bottom. I did get a new one. Where are you? Let's put you in here. Blossom. That's decent way. Okay, so let's press, trim actually, and then press, and then sew our two pieces together, front piece with the back piece, sew that together, and then we're going to stitch it. We're going to gather it. We're going to do some gathering stitches and stitch it to the skirt. So, okay, let's get that done. Let's get it out of the way. Just get it out of the way. Okay, so my phone is trying to die, so let's go ahead and get this done. So we're going to press, oh, I'll tell you, when it touches, it just rubs. It's ridiculous. Oh, I don't like the fabric. I don't like the fabric. I don't like this fabric at all. Anyway, I'm going to press this. Press my seam. Got some steam to this. And then we're going to press this. You're pressing them out, so press it out. Okay, we're going to press this seam right here. I want to press it one way. As I pink and shear it, and then I'm going to press it again. So let's do this. Get our pink and shears. So that's done. I'm going to press it on this side next. Okay, so let's press, and then we're going to do the other one the same way. Except it's going to have a seam. This is the front piece. Pressing our pockets outwards. Okay. Then what you want to do is stitch. Put your two pieces together. Then we're going to stitch the sides up. So I have our two pieces right here. I'm going to stitch all the way around. I'm going to show you how to do the pocket. So we're going to stitch all the way around this after we clip it or pin it up. Now, there is a stopping point that you need to stop when the pockets, concerning the pockets. Just hold on. I'll show you how to do that. Grab a few pins here. I'm going to work on that part. So, let's go ahead and finish clipping all of this all the way around. Just make sure everything's lined up neatly. That there, here, and definitely right here where the pockets are at. Put a nice clip right here where that pocket is at. Right there. Make sure you put a pin there so that don't shift on you. Okay? And then go here. Do the other side the same way. Drop the thing on the floor. Yeah. Okay, so we have our sides and everything sewn up, not sewn up, pinned together. So figured it. Just pick this one up right here. So what we're gonna do is take a pin, because in our pocket there's a not dots that you're supposed to put in for your for you to measure how far to go down and sew to your pockets. Again, you don't have to follow the pattern instructions. I like my pockets deep, so I'm gonna go in as far as about 1.5 inches. Nope, that's the neatest. No, Candia. Yep, we're going in about 1.5 inches. So going in right here, and it'll stop right there, 1.5 inches there. And inch of it right here. And we're going in 1.5 inches here. So I know where to stop at. So when I get, before I sew around here, I'm going to sew from here, within this 5/8 line here to there, and come out and sew from here to here on both sides. And then that's where we have our pockets, a way for we put our hands in the pockets, okay? So I'm going to do 1.5 inches. I like my pockets deep. You might not like your pockets that deep. It is okay. All is well if you don't like it like that. Alright, simple way you said you had to measure each side. You could just take this, put your pockets together to make sure you're accurate. Put your pockets together. See that pen? This pen should match up with the other pen. It does. See this pen needs to match up with the other pen. We have to put a pen there. So the pen is going to go right there where my finger is at. So we know that we have it right. Now I'm going to measure off the time to be sure. And we are 1.5 inches. Bam. So struggling to do this, not feeling it. I don't know what it is. I'm just not feeling it, but we got to finish it because we have started it. Okay. And I know y'all had asked for it, so we'll finish it. But this is real life. This is real life right here. This is real life. Real life with me not wanting to sew this. I don't know what it is. I think it's the fabric, you guys. I really do think it's the fabric. It's throwing me off. But like I said, we'll push through it and get it sewn up because I said I was. Okay? I'll be back with you on the other side where the sewing machine is at. So hold on. Okay, so I'm back over here at the sewing machine. We're going to fight through this, literally, because I'm kind of done for the day. I want to have this done today because I can work on something next week. Anyway, let's go ahead. So remember, we have our pins here for where we're going to stop at for how deep our pocket's going to go. So we're going to make sure we're in the seam allowance. Ouch. All right, there. Remember, this was not sewn at 5/8 of an inch. It was sewn at 3/8 of an inch. So we're going to sew at 5/8 of an inch. You might want to do some markings if you're not sure what 5/8 of an inch look like. And I think you were supposed to understitch your pocket. Didn't do it. I'm not for sure. I can't remember. But anyway, we're going to sew right here. Okay. Then take that out. Then we're going to sew this bottom piece right here. Right here. There we go. Put that there. Forward, backwards, and we'll go down. Now with this, we're going to stitch all the way down because it's within our seam allowance. And then we'll go back and stitch around the skirt. And could you have done it another way? Absolutely. Absolutely. You could have done it another way, but I'm gonna do it this way. This one is all that even. Anyway, we're going all the way down 5/8 of an inch. Then we'll go back to somewhere in our pocket. So here we are about to do this. Sew this up 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. So go right there, right here. It will sew all the way around pocket at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Might have to do some pivoting. Where's the mic in it? You are going to have to. So then we'll keep going till we get to our seam allowance right there, where our original seam allowance is at. You're going to sew all the way to there, back stitch, bam. You're done with that side. So all that is sewn up, then you can go to the other side. You can do the same exact thing, or you can do it in a different way. I forgot that I need to put it on this side instead of that side. So let's put a dot there. Let's put a dot here. It's going to tell us where to stop at. Because I'm going to move these because it's in my way. 5/8 of a seam allowance. Okay. Almost forgot the back stitch. Okay. Now this is another way you can do it. So let me show you this way too. Just in case you don't want to do it that way, you can go ahead and start off here, right there, around your pocket at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Watch. All the way around. Just keep on going. 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 We're almost there. We're almost there. Pivoting. Okay, so remember when you get here, you're going to have to pivot. I need to take that pen out because we have a marker there now. Okay, so keep on going, keep on going. And what you can do after you're going up 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, you're going to keep going around and you're going to come right to that dot right there, your stopping point for your pocket. So you can do it this way too. So go like that, back stitch, pick up your presser foot and keep sewing down. So this is like a continuous stitch if you didn't want to do it the other way. And you'll sew all the way down 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. You're gonna get the same result. It's just your choice of how you want to do it. Okay? Let me know which one was easier for you. Keep on going, 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 keep on going. Yeah. I want to make sure after this one I get my project that can bring some joy to me with the fabric that I love. But this is not it. It's not it. It's not it. I'm struggling. I'm so struggling. Struggling really bad. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's do this. We can do it. We can do anything. Keep on going. Keep on going. Let's cut some of our strings away. All right, you know the process. It's all sewn together now. We gotta go pink and shear it. Pink and shear it. Pink and shear, press, and we're gonna do some gathering stitches. Okay, so let's take it over there. Pink and shear all this. Pink and shear all that. Pink and shear all this. Pink and shear all this. Pink and shear all this. Okay, so we're gonna pink and shear the mess out of this. So. I see you. I see you over there. Okay, here we go. We're gonna pink and shear it. And then we're going to do whatever you're supposed to be doing. Okay? So let's do this. It is almost 7 o'clock. I have to put my daughter up from work. So I do want to get this completed. This is getting on my nerves. I guess because I'm lingering so much with it. I'm glad when I get done with it. Then pink and shear this piece of pocket right here. Okay, so that's done. Look at it. So let's pick and share it. Once you wash it, it's gonna look really decent. So I need to make sure it's good. About to say, girl, we ain't trying to cut into no fabric. I don't think I have. Juiced out for the day, y'all. Trying to tap out. Trying to get this done and the video posted so y'all can laugh and be like, girl, you did struggle. Oh! Oh my god. I couldn't do it. Oh my goodness, look. Right there. Oh gosh, I'm telling you, today is just not my day. Not me almost doing it again. Okay, I might have to call it quits for the day because this not going as planned. I don't think I should have chosen today. I don't think I should. Okay. Have chosen today. We're gonna press. We're gonna press on. Yes, with this stone, we're gonna press. We're gonna press. We're gonna press. 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 We're gonna press on. Oh, this perfect. Let's see. We're gonna press. We're in the iron. The iron that went off. Help a sister. Help her sister out. 'Cause she is struggling. And I don't know why. I'm struggling so bad. Help a sister out here. I don't know why she's struggling so bad. Oh, she's struggling so. What is wrong with her? I don't know. I don't know. What is wrong with her? I'm gonna press the side of her pockets. Tomorrow's going to be a better day for me. I'm gonna press forward to Okay, we are going to. I will go ahead and hem. Let's see where I'm at. The time is 6:12. My daughter's exactly 7. Okay, let's fold this under. Let's do this because this part can be done. We just gather, attach, and be done. Because I really am struggling today. Don't know what it is, but I'm not feeling it. It could be because my cycle is coming on. That could be the reason why. And you can hem again, whatever length you feel like it. I believe I'm going a little bit shorter. I'm gonna hem once. I'm gonna do over once because this is a wider one. So I'm going over once and come back and do it again. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Don't do creases in the hem. Nope. We gotta go from here. We got to go from here. We got to go from here. We gotta leave this place. We gotta go from here. Let's go away to a la la land. Let's go away to a la la land. We got to go away from here to la la land. We gotta go away to la la land. We can do this, girl. We can do this, girl. We can do this, girl. We gotta go away to la la land. We got to go away to la la land. Got to go away to la la land. Gotta go away to la la land. We must go away to la la land. We got to go away to la la land. Let's go away to la la land. We must go away to la la land. We got to go away to la la land. We gotta go away to la la land. The rose is fresh, and I will not quit. The rose is fresh, I will not quit. The rose is fresh, I will not quit. We gotta go away to la la land. I need some more clips over here. I need some more clips over here. I need some more clips over here. We gotta go away to la la land. 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 I got some more clips in la la land. I got some more clips in la la land. I got some more clips in la la land. We gotta go away to 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 la la land. Okay. We're done with that. We're done with that part. Now we can go ahead and hem, or you can gather, then hem. But yeah, you got that part. Okay, so I got clips and stuff in at the bottom, so it's gonna be a little bit shorter than it was last time. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let's go over here. Okay, so let's resume to La La Land by hemming this, and then I think it'll be time to put up my door. to La La Land. We gotta go away to La La Land. Now you have to find your own spot where you need to make sure you're hemming this evenly. But yeah, we gotta go away to La La Land. 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 We gotta go So we have right here. We have it. She's done. We have it. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but she's done. She's there. Now we're gonna stitch this up. Pull this up to 5.0 because we're gonna do some gathering stitches right around the top, but we're gonna break them evenly. So gathering stitches here, like from pocket to pocket. You leave your pockets loose. Don't stitch those. Leave that loose, and you're gonna gather all the way around here, break, then gather all the way around again. Okay. Let me see what time it is because I'm gonna leave my daughter. Okay. All right. Here we are. Here we are. Let's do this real quick. And put your gathering stitches within the seam allowance, so you don't have to pick so many of them out. We're gonna hear and La La Land. We're gonna hear and La La Land. We're gonna hear and La La Land. You want to make your tails long enough so you can gather. So keep that in mind and keep it free so you don't be stitching on top of your gathering stitches. We're over here and La La Land. 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 Come over here to 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 La La Land. I Then we're finished with the gathering stitches. Oh, thank you. I was almost there. It's been so hard, but I'm 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 almost there. It's been a struggle, 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 but I'm almost there. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. We're almost there. Alright, before I go further, let's find a zigzag stitch at 3. No. At 3. Number 3 up here. Okay, number 3. Because remember there was a pocket that I screwed up on. We are going to fix this. So don't accidentally one day put my hand in my pocket and there be a hole in there. We don't want that to happen. We don't want no holes to happen. We don't want no holes to happen. We don't want no holes to happen. No holes. No holes. You won't stitch it now. What are you doing? You won't stitch it now. Just go on. There won't be no holes in my pocket. There won't be no holes. After this, I hope we can still be crazy. You don't think I'm crazy. But yeah. This is just one of those sewing days. I'm struggling. I don't want to not sew because then I'm gonna lose my sojo, and I don't need to lose my sojo, and it's close to fall because I love the fall. I love the fall season. So we got that done. Let's move on to see what time it is first. It is 6:30. Let me plug this up because this thing about to die. Let's see. Find the hole right there. I found the hole. Can you still see? Yeah. Let's bring it down just a little bit. Because you was way up there. Okay, so, oh, dang, you remember my stitch came loose from the back of this too. I'm telling you, today just was not the best day ever. But I'm gonna have a better day. There gonna be some better days up ahead, and I know it. Let's find the point where I can stitch right there and forward, backwards, and we'll stitch all the way down. Okay, that's done. That's completed. I don't know why it's getting hotter in here. I think something going on with my air conditioning. I don't know where heat is coming from. Something's going on. I just came out here to fix my air conditioning too. No, I don't have time for that. I really don't. Don't have time for that crap. Anyway, I'm not gonna try not to let that get to me. This is why I pay $1,500 a month for rent. Okay, let's gather to what we think it's going to be. Let's do some gathers. I have notches somewhere in these. So yeah, they go one right there. It's not heavily gathered either, so keep that in mind. So when you're pulling your stitches, you know, you don't need to pull them too tight. out with another song. Let's do this. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. I think we're gonna beat the sun today. I just might get some pictures in my dress. Get down on it and get down on it. Get down on it, get down on it. Alright, now where's the string at? Now come on, buddy. We don't have time to be fooling around. Gotta get this done before we go pick up the oldest daughter from school. I mean from work. She's not in school, she's at work. Okay, so now what you want to do is, this is your back. This is your back, this is your front. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, your pockets, when you finish doing your gathers, your pockets are gonna go towards the front because that's where you put your pocket, your hand in your pocket. So let's get this done. So what we're gonna do is, this is the back, that's the back. So we're gonna put our skirt on the inside of, no, I'm gonna turn this around first, like this. The back is facing me, the back of the skirt is facing me, so therefore I want the back of the top facing me. And then we're gonna mark our back seams up together. Here's the seam right here at the bodice, here's the seam of the skirt. And they have notches right here. You can pin those if you like, or whatever. I'm gonna do this. And that's gonna be it. Now we're gonna find our sides. This is your side here. Here's your side here. We want to match those up like so. Keeping your gather strings free because you might have to go do some extra gathering. And then you want to come over here and match this side up. Just matching, guys, that's all you're doing. Match your seams up. Match your seams up. Oh, right there. Line upon line. Precept upon precept. Put it right there. And then we have all of that, right? So now there's some notches in the front. You want to find your notches that's matched to the bottom of your skirt. Okay, here we go. I'm like, oh, I don't see it, but there it goes, right there. Put that there. Find your other here somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah, so this is our back. Our back looks like it's gathered neatly enough. Let me put it there, and you can put it anywhere. I'm going to put it right there. You can put it anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna have to tighten these up. Tighten these gathers up right here. Ice cold milk in a little cookie. They forever go together like the perfect combination. This is the point where you might want to add a little bit more pins or clips. You don't want any gathers to be wiggling around on you. Okay. Uh-oh. You almost got me. You almost got me. Okay. So we're going here. This is our pocket. We're not worried about that, but we are worried about making sure that we have enough gathering right here, and we don't. So let's gather a little bit more. I had the time of my life, not sewing this dress today. I don't know why, but I did not have the time of my life. I could have did better than this. Ooh. Let's line this up together. And this is my side seams. So we line that back up together. Make sure that's neat. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is pin here because this side is now good. We're gonna take our pocket, we're gonna pin right over it, our clip right over it because we have to stitch that pocket down too. So as many clips as you need there. Make sure everything stays secured. I did not have the time of my life to sew this garment. Oh, I did not have the time of my life. No. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. People staring everywhere. 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. Say I'm almost there. People coming from everywhere. 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. People coming from everywhere. And it looks kind of small, don't it? 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. But I promise you, this should be the size of your waist. So, yep, let's do this. What time are we at? 6:41. We can do it. We can do it, and then we're gonna finish the rest of it when I get back. Almost there. Let's start with that. People coming from everywhere. And we're gonna look at the gather side while we do this, by the way. Almost there. Almost there. 5/8 of the seam allowance. Almost there. People coming everywhere. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. People coming everywhere. 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. People coming everywhere. 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. People coming from everywhere. 'Cause I'm almost there. Do, 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 do. Check your pockets. Make sure you're good on them. People coming everywhere. 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. People coming we're almost there. People come everywhere, 'cause we almost there. Come on beneath the earth, 'cause we almost there. People come everywhere, 'cause we almost there. Almost there. Almost there. People coming everywhere, 'cause we already here. We're here. We're here. We are here. We are here. We made it. We made it. We are here. It's mighty small. Mighty small. Mighty small. What time is it? What time is it? It's 6:44. I have 5 minutes that I can spur. And I'm going to search this part of it because I do. If I can't wear this, I'm not just, I mean, it's just not be wearable. But anyway, I'm going to search it. And I am going to go pick up my daughter and I'll come back. And we'll finish it off. But whatever we have to do. But let's get this because. Okay, so go, and make sure your top is nice. Your bodice is nice and flat. Everything is even. Now my serger left needle is broke. I just ordered some tools to fix that. I just have to find my serger needles. I don't know what I did with them. And we're finishing this off within our seam allowance. The only thing you're cutting off is what's in your seam allowance. So we're almost. Okay. So that is it for that part. Okay. Let's cover it back up. Now I do not have some strings and things that I need to take out. And we'll get those out. I don't know what's going on with my air conditioning. I can wear it up right about now. Put everything here and we'll take it all out at once. Let's turn around the opposite way. I mean the right way. Let's check for strings. Okay, yeah, I see a few. It's gonna be taken out, so I'm working with that. And my dress is pretty much completed after that. So we're gonna work on taking these little strings out that didn't get caught up in the sewing like that. Hope you can see that. See? Yeah. So we're gonna work on getting that cut out. What time is it? It's 6:47. I mean, she right down the street, so. I thought we was almost there. I forgot we had to do this little stuff. Man, this was so hard to do today. My Lord, I thank you. You ever had one of those sewing days where you think you was gonna make it through it? So I don't think I'll be sewing this project anytime soon. I really think it's the fabric, you guys. I don't think it's the dress itself. Fabric choice. I mean, I picked it out, obviously. But I only picked it out because I want something lightweight. And this does fit that description, but yeah. People come everywhere. Almost there. Almost there. People come everywhere. 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. People come everywhere. Make sure you pick the strings in your fabric, because that mistake can happen. You don't want to ruin your fabric though. Come on now, come on. I don't have time to be jabbing around. I'm gonna get this over with because I didn't want to sew it anyway. But we're here to the end. I'm not determined after I try it on if I'm gonna keep it or not. Whoa. Yeah, come on. Come on. We can do this. We can do it. We can do this. We can do this. Come on. We can do this. I need to get my eyes checked. We can do this. Nope. We didn't do that right. We can do this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come here and let me pull you out of my fabric. Do, 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 do. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Stuck again. My goodness. So many strings. How many we got on the back? Not as many. We sure got a bunch on the front. Okay. I have to get back with you. I got to pick up my daughter. So I'm gonna pause this for now. Put this right here for now. Turn this off. Go pick her up and I'll be back in a sec. All right, so here is the final reveal of the dress. Yeah, I still have some strings I have to pull out, but this is the final reveal of it. I love the fit of it. It's just like the red one. I do need to some ironing. Here's the back of it right here. You know, it has the pockets and all. So yes, I do like it on. I'm not a fan of the way this fabric feels. I'm gonna wash it, put in some fabric softener to see how it is, but I'm not a fan of how it feels. But yeah, this is the dress, and I accessorize it another day because I'm kind of, you know, worn out for the day. Y'all saw it in the video. Girl's worn out for the day. So yeah, I like the way that this turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know what you think of the tutorial. I know it's kind of hard to watch and listen to. But anyway, that's the real life of a seamstress, you know, what actually happens behind the scenes. But I like it on, so we'll see about wearing it soon. And that deep hem, you know, it didn't hurt at all. I want to find some nice brown leggings, some tights to go with it, and some boots or something, and try to wear it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the singing, and I'm not complaining because this was very difficult for me to sew today. I'm not quite sure why with things the fabric, but it does look good on. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for trying this tutorial out. Thanks for giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you again in the next sew along. So bye.